Good morning, class. My name is Poonam Dwivedi and I am your social science teacher. So today we are going to start a new chapter in civics and the name of the chapter is Struggles for Equality. So let us first see what all are the topics we are going to study in this chapter. So basically we are going to study three main topics and the first topic is Struggles for Equality. Second one says Tava Matsya Sangh. The third one is the Indian Constitution as a living document. So let us start with first topic, struggles for equality. So first point says how one can fight against inequality. So what do you mean by inequality? Inequality means where people are not getting the same rights and opportunities as compared to others. That is known as the inequality. So first point says how we can get or how we can fight for the inequality in the society. So people have to come together to fight against inequality and for issues of justice. So if you want to get or if you want to fight against injustice or inequality, we have to come together. We have to unite ourselves so that we can oppose or we can fight against the inequalities in the which are prevailing in the society. So for that we have to come together and unite ourselves so that we can fight against it. Then next point says inequality. So we can see inequalities in many sectors. That is first one is gender. So we see gender inequality and in men and women as men are being given more privilege as compared to women. The same way caste system. We see many castes in the society. As and the same way the religion, we see many religion in the society and most of the religion that is Buddhism. Okay, then comes the Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Sikhism. These are the religions. Then comes the economic status. Economic status means the poor and the rich. As we have seen in our society that poor gets poorer and richer gets richer. Poor are not being given so much of opportunity so that they can be uplifted and they can go at a higher level in the society. So next point is example of people who fought against it. So in this chapter we will see and we can take the example also that many leaders have fought against this caste discrimination and women's right for women's right. So one of the leaders was Mahatma Gandhi who fought against Hindu-Muslim caste religion. Okay, so what does he do? He has fought against the casteism basis, in which he says that Hindu and Muslim people are all together and all are equal and they have all the same rights. The next point is they may be well respected because they treat all the persons with dignity. So here they means the people who are the leaders of this group who are fighting for the justice for the people. So here we have taken the example of Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi was being respected and was given the more respect by the people with dignity, and people were treating him with the dignity and people were giving respect as he was fighting for their rights. They may be individuals or groups. So the people who are fighting for the injustice may be an individual or it may be an group. Okay, maybe an individual or it may be a group. One such example is of Tava Matsya Sangh. So in this chapter we will study the example of Tava Matsya Sangh. So Tava Matsya Sangh will study in deep in the further topics. So next point is further there are many struggles such as those among Bedi workers, fisher folks, agriculture laborers, slum dwellers, and each group is struggling for justice. So in this chapter we'll basically study in deep about Tava Matsya Sangh, and these all are also the people who are fighting for their justice. That is Bedi workers, fisher folks, agricultural laborers, slum dwellers, and each group is fighting for their justice. They are fighting for their rights, which they are not getting. So now we'll see our next topic. Now we will see our next topic, that is Tava Matsya Sang. So Tava is the name of a river and Matsya means fish and Sang means organization. So Tava Matsya Sangh is the organization of fishermen. Okay. So all the fishermen came together and formed an organization, formed an Sangh and fight for their rights. So first point says dam, then the displacement of people. So in this Tava Matsya Sangh, what does the government did? Government made a dam on the river. Okay. So this was the river. Okay. So what does the government did? Government made a dam over this river. So because the people of this place were living around the river. Okay, so they were living their livelihood near the river. So as there was a construction of the dam, so government displaced the people from the river. So this problem became quite widespread in our country these days, as government is building in uh, so many dams in the river. That is why people are facing these problems related to displacement of their livelihood. They are facing lots of problems these days. People usually come into organizations to fight against this. So what does the people do? People come together and form an organization to fight for this. Okay, so the same way people formed an organization and they made a Sangh, that is Tava Matsya Sangh. So now we'll see the proper definition of Tava Matsya Sangh. An organization fighting for the rights of the displaced forest dwellers of the Satputra, Satpura forest in Madhya Pradesh. So Tava river is basically located in Madhya Pradesh. Okay. So this river is near Satpura forest, and Satpura forest people came together and formed an organization, and they fight against the government for not displacing their or for not displacing their settlement. Okay, as they have displaced the people from the reservoirs, as they had displaced the people from their livelihood, so they were fighting against it. Okay, so river originating in the Mahadev hills of Chhindwara district, the Tava flows through Betul before joining the Narmada in Hoshangabad. So this is the detail of the river Tava. Okay, so Tava is originating from the Mahadev hills of Chhindwara district. The Tava flows through Betul before joining the Narmada in Hoshangabad. Okay. So the construction of dam was built in the year 1958 to 78. Okay. So as the construction was being taken place, the people opposed it. Okay. So people opposed it. So why people were opposing? Because as people were settled here. Okay. So people were settled near the river, and government, what did the government do? They told the people not to, they told the people to vacate the place, and they displaced the people. So what does the people do? People displaced, and this river, as the dam was built, okay, so the river was not, as a path was gone for the river. So what does the river do? River took the place and it became a reservoir. So, so the river took all the place, and where the people were living, it was also gone. So this river took all the place, all the part of the people where they were living. So this was the reservoir. Okay. So this was the reservoir, and here the dam was built, and here the water of the here the water of the river was flowing from through dam. But this area was totally taken over by the river. So next, some displaced people, what did they do? Settled around the reservoir to earn livelihood through fishing. So Before, what the people were doing? People were who were settled near the river. What are they doing? They were earning their livelihood through fishing. So the same way as now the river has taken all over the part of livelihood for the people. So now people have started settling near the reservoirs. Now before people were settling in these places. Now people are settling near reservoirs. Okay. So here the livelihood is now near the reservoir. Okay, so people thought if we are not getting we are not being given the permission to settle near the river, so we can settle around the reservoir. So was it okay with the people? What was this the end? No, this was not the end. In 1994, the government gave the right for fishing in the Tawa reservoirs to private contractors. Now the big problem came to people near Tawa River was that the farmers, that the fishermen was getting, that the government gave the contract of fishing to the private contractors, and which resulted in the loss of the jobs for fishermen, as they will not be legally allowed to do fishing and catch up the fish for their livelihood. Okay, as the contract was given to private contractors, so only private contractors have the legal right on fishing or catching out the fishing from the river was the legal right of the private contractors, and it was not the legal right of fishermen. This was the major problem which was faced by the fishermen. Okay. Now we'll see our next point. That is, local people lost their employment. As government has given the contract to private contractors of fishing in the reservoir, so the local people lost their job. The next point says threats from the contractor to leave. Therefore, the villagers stood united to set up an organization to protect their rights. As the contract was given to the private contractors, so private contractors were giving threats to the local people. Okay, so what does the local people do? Local people united themselves and made an organization. They formed an organization and they stood for their rights. Okay, so they stood up, they set up their organization and they fight against their injustice. Next point is, what does the TMS? TMS means Tawa Matsya Sangh do. Organize rallies and a Chakka Jam. Chakka Jam means road blockage, demanding their rights to continue fishing for their livelihood. So what does the Tawa Matsya Sangh did? They have done they have organized the rallies and they have done the Chakka Jam, that is road blockage for getting their rights of fishing or of fishing in the reservoir. Okay, so that they can live their livelihood, because fishing was the main source of income for them to live their livelihood. The next point is reaction of government. Government created a committee to assess the issues. So what does the government do? As the local people or the fishermen, as the organization was pressurizing and they were doing rallies and chakka jam, so government has to take some action, as they were being pressurized by the people to give their rights back. Okay, so what does the government did? Government created a committee to assess the issue. So government formed a committee of some 4 to 5 people, and it has told them to assess the issue. The committee recommended that fishing rights be granted to the villagers for their livelihood, and the committee gave an decision that the fishermen should be given the right back, okay, of fishing in the reservoir from the private contractors, which was previously given by the government to private contractors. The next point says the Indian Constitution as a living document. Now we'll see how the Indian Constitution is a living document. First point is the foundation of all movement for justice and the inspiration for all the poetry and songs on equality is the recognition that all people are equal. As we have And as we have listened all the poems and as we have listened all the poetry and poem songs, okay, so in that we have seen that all the lyrics is basically on equality. Okay, so constitution supports the equality in the society. So next point is movement and struggles for equality in India promote equality. And we have seen many lots of struggles and movements done by the people. Okay, so this was all based on the equality. Okay, so this was based on the gender bias. Okay, so this was all the major topics which were taken in front by the leaders so that in the society the equality is privileged. The next point says Indian Constitution is a living document recognizing greater equality on existing and other issues. So Indian Constitution is a living document as it recognizes the equality in the current issues and in the previous issues also. Existing issues and what are the other issues? It only prevails. It focuses on the equality. Last point is dignity, self-respect and equality, all of which are required in a democracy. These all are the major topics that is required in the democracy. Democracy means for the people, of the people and by the people. So democracy means we have to listen to the people who are living in our country. So dignity, self-respect and equality is all we need for a democratic country. So this was all about the chapter struggles for equality. So we end our chapter here and thank you for listening.